Nintendo has lost their minds. Do we get a little bit of insight of what's going on here? Oh, let's see what's going
Of
on
a
there.
high when it comes to the news cycle. Obviously, with the announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2 system sales and it being over 10 million units sold between June and September, things have been very positive for the company. The mindset around the Nintendo Switch 2 has indeed been improving, at least in the online sphere. Of course, Mario Kart World is selling astronomical numbers, nearly 10 million units sold. Donkey Kong Bonanza sold over 3 million units. It's been a very positive news cycle for Nintendo, and with games such as Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment just releasing, a game that I'm thoroughly enjoying, upcoming games such as Metroid Prime 4, everything seemed to be going good.
But
until today, because Nintendo, you know, they just have to be this weird company. They have to make these weird decisions, and they have to potentially upset a large portion of the internet fan base with some of the things that they do. And boy, oh boy, did they do that today. This is a twofold story, because the first thing I was kind of like, well, people are going to get mad at it, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. But then when you look deeper into it and see the second part of the story, it just goes completely off the rails. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But without any further ado, let's talk about why everyone is mad at Nintendo, and it is indeed stemming from the game keycard situation. This has long been a debate online. Game key cards are fine.
I don't understand why there even is a debate for game key cards. Game key cards is just terrible for the gaming ecosystem in general. Whoever's like defending this shit, you're stupid. Stop it. Stop it. Nintendo's not going to give you a Switch 2. Nintendo's not going to give you a promotion. Nintendo's not going to give you ambassador of being a part of Nintendo. Okay, stop it. Stop being a dick sucker. Okay? Stop it.
Fine. Game key cards are the Antichrist. It doesn't really seem like there's a middle ground for people with this. It's either it's fine or it's the worst thing ever. Digital preservation, call the Video Game Preservation Society. Maybe they can make Nintendo change their mind. Well, with the holiday season coming up, Nintendo is of course doing holiday guides when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. And this morning, a video went up for Nintendo Switch 2 game keycards and essentially how they work. Because you got to remember, there are a lot of people that are not like us, that are terminally online all the time, constantly connected to social media and things like YouTube. So when they get a game keycard, they're going to be like, okay, what the hell is this? You know, what do I need an internet connection? Why do I need an internet connection? So on and so forth. So a video like this explaining things, obviously, to me, is not a huge deal. It's something that is smart to do, you know, get ahead of the curve when it comes to the holiday season. So that way, on Christmas morning, when little Johnny is trying to figure out what a game key card is, his father, his mother, guardian, whatever, dude, we're not going down that rabbit hole. They can pull up a video from Nintendo and understand it. Now, of course, when you look at the comments of the video, you look at the like-dislike ratio, everyone is pissed off. Everyone still hates game key cards.
Of course.
You know that I'm not one of those people. I'm fine with them, honestly. You know, it's an option.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. No. No.
Between that or digital with a lot of these games, can Nintendo do things to make it better? Of course, they can allow installs on the system, so that way, you know, things just are better when you have the game key card. You don't need it inserted into your system in order to play the game. And of course, I mean, the big thing is they can offer multiple game key card sizes. But when you're watching this video, there's something very interesting. And this is the part where I think everything falls off the rails. If you thought that the game key card thing was bad enough and just talking about it and reminding people about it, no, because here's where things go off the rails. People started noticing the game that was being showcased during this trailer. And it's a Pokemon game, and boy, oh boy. So Pokemon Pokopia, I don't know how to say this.
Pokopia.
I have said numerous times, I think this game is an atrocity. It literally looks like a 3DS game at absolute best. When you see the vines in the background and stuff like that, you know, it just is not a visually pleasing game from the company with the largest, you know, income base in the world. The Pokemon franchise is the biggest entertainment franchise in the absolute world. But they were showing this game off, and I was just kind of like, oh, well, maybe they're just doing that just to show off a game, because there are no first-party game keycard games. I'm
Well, what the hell was that, to be honest?
sure Pokopia is not going to be a game keycard. Oh, but it is. Pokopia is indeed a game keycard.
Well, of
So
course.
I was looking at that and I'm like, okay, well, there has to be some logical explanation for it. Maybe it's a game key card, because obviously this is a budget game. You know, this is probably a $40 game. They do want to have some retail presence with this game, obviously. So you put it on a game key card, you sell it at 40 bucks, maybe 50 bucks maximum. All right, maybe that makes a little bit more sense, because now you're not having to worry about the 64 gigabyte game key cartridge and not utilizing all of that, because there's no way in hell that this game is going to utilize anywhere near that much, but it's probably on the smaller end. And we've seen companies like Sega with older titles, you know, like the Sonic Generation stuff. They, of course, did a game key card for that, and they released it at a budget price. That makes sense to me. It's a 70.
Wait, are they charging $70?
Pokopia is a $70 game.
Well, hey, you Nintendo fanboys decided to, you guys decided to do this, so you let Nintendo do whatever they wanted at the end of the day. You guys got no one to blame but yourselves at the end of the day. You guys got no one to blame but yourselves.
A $70 game key card from Nintendo that looks like dog shit. I mean, you can't say that it's an attractive looking game. If you do, you need glasses. Your vision is not up to snuff in order to quantify and justify whether or not a game looks good or not. Your opinion, unfortunately, does not matter, because it's just inherently wrong. This game, nothing about this game screams $70. Nothing about this game screams game key cards. And I am someone who is okay with game key cards, but looking at this game, looking at the price of this game, and looking at this game being trotted out there as like the game to sort of showcase what a game key card is and how a game key card works. No. Nintendo deserves all this heat. Nintendo deserves all this heat. And you can say, well, RGT, it's the Pokemon company. Okay. So that makes it even worse. If anything, that makes it even worse. Because the Pokemon company,
Like I said, you guys let this shit happen. You guys bought the Nintendo Switch 2. You guys bought the Mario Kart World. You guys bought all of this other stuff, so they get to do whatever they want at the end of the day. No matter how much bitching and complaining you guys are going to do, it doesn't matter. Does not matter at this point. You guys already opened up your guys' wallet. Nintendo already has your money at the end of the day. They're not going to care, you know? They're really not.
is not hurting for money. This is a brand new game. This is not a game that is too large for a standard cartridge or something like that. How the hell are you going to compare a game like this to something like Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which is a $40 game on the Nintendo Switch 2, looks great, runs great, has the additional content from the PS5 version of the game, and that's $40 and a game key card. But this This nonsense is $70. And here's the problem. Pokemon is the Nickelback of the video game industry. People buy Nickelback albums, but everyone you talk to hates Nickelback. Everyone's like, well, Nickelback, they're lazy. You know, their songs are just generic slop. Nobody cares about this, yet they sell hundreds of millions of records. Pokemon is the same thing. And if you dare speak about Pokemon in a negative manner, you'll have mid-30s, mid-40s grown-ass men yelling at you, it's pure, you're wrong. It's like, shut up, dude. What is wrong with you? Not everyone is going to like everything. Not everyone is going to understand everything. But this is a terrible look for Nintendo, especially on the online scene. Everyone had quieted down with, overly negative stuff. But I think being negative about this is not overly negative. I don't think it's, just feeding into, a negative mindset or a negative mentality. This is something that is worth talking about. This game looks like garbage. This game does not need to be a game key card. When Nintendo is publishing it, the Pokemon company is making it, and obviously they have a great working relationship.
Well, at the end of the day, you guys paid for it. I'll say it multiple times. You guys they've already won. Like, Nintendo has already won. They already got your money already. You guys are the suckers. That's all I gotta say.
This is horrible. This like, is nobody at Nintendo sitting there thinking, maybe we should use a different game?
Nope.
Even if Pokopia is going to be a game key card, which, I mean, it is, but even if we had already decided that, use a pre-existing game key card from a third-party company. Give a third-party company a little bit of shine when it comes to this, because now the Pandora's box is open for game key cards when it comes to Nintendo published titles.
It's been open for quite some time. I don't know where you have been when this conversation has literally been said that they've been going against it, and you just have a bunch of Nintendo fanboys literally saying, no, you got it all wrong. That's not how game key cards work. Oh, that's misinformation and blah blah blah. Brother in Christ, I can hear what they're saying and what they're telling me. All right? Whatever they're saying specifically in the actual presentation when they showed those games being on game key card, I knew for a fact this was gonna be shit. Okay? Stop defending this company, because they're not gonna come down from the gracious of the gods or so and hand you a Nintendo Switch 2 and early access to the new Pokemon game, okay? Alright? Stop it.
We all thought that they were all going to be on the cartridge because this is Nintendo's proprietary medium when it comes to this. But now the Pandora's box has been opened. And
what do you mean? Where have you been, bro? It's been literally in... Okay. All right. Whatever, man.
Boy, oh boy. Are things going to get very, very interesting. Don't buy this game. Just don't. Just don't. There's no reason to. There are superior games in the genre that look like they were made in the current 21st century.
I would not be surprised if a lot of people start buying this game. I would not be surprised.
Did you know that Vaporeon is Sunako too?
You don't need to go back to N64 looking ass tree vines and stuff like that. But good job, Nintendo. Way to piss everyone off this morning. Because boy, oh boy, did you do that? Did you do that? So let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? Are you disgusted
the artists they're joining the dark side with, quote unquote, breedable Pokemon art?
By this, do you think this is absolutely ridiculous and really kind of tone deaf in the grand scheme of things? Because
I'm not surprised. If you're actually surprised in this, I'm shocked that you've been living under a rock for quite some time, to be honest. Like I said, Nintendo has already won. You guys already gave your money to them. I'm already seeing people literally straight up selling their Nintendo Switch 2 already. Like, already immediately. I already see people already selling their Nintendo Switch 2. Like, I can actually literally go pick up a Nintendo Switch 2 if I wanted to from, like, a third marketplace, you know? It's crazy though. It's wild to see that. I'm like, that, like I said, a lot of us warned you guys, but you guys never decided to listen. So we're just kind of like, meh. Hey man, we warned you guys at the beginning, but you guys decided to buy the console and make it best selling or so, you know?
I think it is, man. Like, wow. Just good job. Good job. And are you going to
No
buy
Pokemon is
Pokopia?
weak.
Nope.
You just a
Because
grifter.
millions are going
Can't
to buy
wait
it,
to
and
watch
it's not going to
Shoko play
freaking
this
matter.
masterpiece.
So you not buying it is not going to really do that much damage. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a rock and a hard place with this. And as always, guys, thank you for checking
Not
out.
really. It's called voting for your wallet, but you know, we all know that a lot of gamers or so don't like to do boycotting. You know, they're terrible. The gamers in general are just terrible for boycotting overall. So, but yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. But yeah, not surprised. I'm not surprised. Nintendo pissing off their fan base again. Shocker. Wow. Surprise Pikachu face. Most gamers lack restraint. Yeah, of course they do. Of course they lack restraint. They buy the Pokemon game because of nostalgia, and I'm like, if you're feeling nostalgic, just play the older game, bro. Just go play the older game, you know? If I'm nostalgic or so for the Hoenn region, I just go play the Omega, the remakes of the Hoenn one, you know? Or like, you know, or if I'm itching to play Pokemon, I'll just play like one of those or the ROM hacks or whatever other thing in general. So, but yeah, overall that's kind of like the gist of it. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. And what do you expect at the end of the day? I'm not shocked. I'm surprised this guy is shocked to begin with. RGT 85, interesting. But hey, it is what it is. You guys bought it. You guys paid for it. So at this point, I don't really care. I already tried arguing against these people. They just don't listen at the end of the day. Hey, you guys do you at the end of the day. I'm just gonna go enjoy my video games on PC, and that's it. So, and yeah, that's the end of the video. And peace.